Hello friends, I am Jeyan G. This is our channel jeyansocial. Today we have a discussion over bonded labor. Why this bonded labor system predominantly exists even in the 21st century? What are the effective or protective mechanisms already available as per our constitution for the people, those who trapped in the network of bonded labor? And what are the effective steps we need to adopt to protect the people already they trapped in? We are going to reveal in this video one by one. Recently, Guna district administration in Madhya Pradesh has rescued 15 bonded laborers. These kind of news frequently come to us in recent times. Even then, the bonded labor system not entirely abolished in India, though we have very stringent laws for those who are practicing this kind of bonded labor system in India, and also to protect the people, those who are exploited in this system. Then, what is bonded labor? Here, the employer used to give high interest loan to the low wage employees. So, in order to repay the loan, they have been worked under the employer for long generation to repay the debt. The top court of India also said that if any person paid below the market wage or the legal wage for the job, then it is also called bonded labor. Generally, we may think that historically bonded labor system only exists in rural areas, but actually it is also equally exists in urban as well as rural areas. The bonded labor in India may work as sexual slaves or work in brick hills, stone quarries, coal mines, agriculture farms, circus, home servitudes, or they may be involved in other kind of work as well. The system of slavery exists historically from ancient time. There is evidence of slavery exists in the Mesopotamian civilization, which happened about 3,500 years back. Then the modern time, the slave trade also exists in European countries as well as American countries. During that time, the black people were traded in the market to the white people to work as a slave in their homes. During the British colonization period in India, many people, those who lived below the poverty line, particularly went to different locations and different countries for searching better economic opportunities. There are few also went to Sri Lanka to work in the tea estate, and there are few people particularly went to Malaysia and Singapore to work in the rubber industries. During this time, many people in India worked as a bonded labor in those estates. So they were exploited to the great extent. For instance, their rights were curtailed. They were not allowed to freely move outside of the estate, and they were forced to work many hours in the factories or the estates. And also there were no recreational activities for them to refresh, and there were medical conditions strictly not enough for them, and the living conditions also very poor, and the surroundings they were living also not hygiene. Against these kind of evil social practices, they were great leaders raised their voices in support of these poor people and to abolish slavery. Abraham Lincoln is one among the great leaders. He raised voice particularly against the slave trade. He also asked who gave the right for the human to sell another human. The slave trade predominantly exists during the period from 1600 to 1850. So the countries, particularly the European countries as well as American countries, started to enact law to abolish the slave trade. So before 1865, almost the slave trade came to an end, but this slavery did not abolish entirely around the globe. And also this kind of slavery took another form, for instance bonded labor, forced labor, child labor, sexual labor, in many more forms. As of 2019, there were 40 million people affected by modern slavery. Recently, many countries are working on the Sustainable Development Goal in order to stop the modern slavery, particularly in the form of child labor, forced labor, under Sustainable Development Goal 8.7. India has ratified International Labour Organization's Convention for Abolition of Forced Labor 1957. India is also working on to improve the status in Global Slavery Index, because India placed 53 in the 2018 Global Slavery Report. Now let me see what are the constitutional safeguard methods already ensured in our constitution against slavery or bonded labor. Article 21 says right to life and personal liberty, which allows us to lead a meaningful and respectable life without interruption. Then Article 23 against the forceful labor. Then Article 24 against child labor. Here the child means children below the age of 14 years. India has also enacted the Bonded Labor System Abolition Act 1976, which allowed to create district level vigilance committee under the leadership of district magistrate. So the act gives full authority to the district magistrate to enforce this act. The central government has introduced bonded labor rehabilitation program in 2016, which give 3 lakh rupees for the rescued bonded laborer, and also other non-cash benefits also given to them. Now let me see what are the reasons for still existing bonded labor in India. Even in India, the acts such as like Bonded Labor System Abolition Act 1976 or some section in IPC which act against the bonded labor system, but there is a lack in enforcement of these kind of acts, and also people are unaware to know their rights because of these people are mostly the poor people and illiterate people. So once they debited, they think that they need to pay at any cost to the owner. So the social discrimination, poverty and illiteracy are the main cause for the existence of bonded labor in India. Now let me see through which are the way we can eradicate bonded labor from India. The bonded labor system is an historical process, so we need multi-pronged approach. Particularly, we need coordination between center and state laws to eradicate these kind of social evils. We must have enough rescue strategy for these bonded laborers, and the rescued bonded laborers must be rehabilitated properly. And we need to ensure the economic activities or the job opportunities for the bonded laborers in order to stop them again fall into the trap of bonded labor system. Okay friends, what do you think about this video? Do you think that Indian government is taking enough steps to eradicate bonded labor system in India, or we need to amend the laws to do the process? Give your opinion in our comment section. We shall meet again in our next discussion. Until then, take care. Love you all. Bye bye.